Alright, so today we're going to be heading to the Capstone. Now, I'm not too sure how many lectures or anything go on inside a Capstone, but I will try to interview some students, essentially, and try to get an understanding of what they're doing for their Capstone project, and hey, go check them out if they're on the App Store. Yeah, we gotta get going, and I can't wear those shoes. Found them. Alright, now, let's go. Little late again, but waiting for the tracks. Alright, so instead of their stretch activity today, they're actually going over the project that they made yesterday, which was making the playlists and the songs and whatnot. A lot of people were still having problems, so they took it up, put it on the projector, and they're figuring it out in front of the class so that everyone can be up to speed on how to fix things. Great way of doing things. Also, I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I fell asleep while I was editing. It was a busy morning, and
what you will learn is how things are called and what order things will run in. So that's the process. Hopefully you'll just learn a little bit every day.
Also, I meant to get a video of the snack bar when it was stocked, but now you have some pretzels, they have some popcorn, some oranges, and this whole thing was filled with bugles. They just ate them all. But I promise they do have snacks here. And this is what their kitchen area looks like. They have a fridge if you want to bring food, and they have that soda machine and a few other things. So, cool. Alright, so what do you do at the Capstone?
Yeah, so this is where we're in our group projects right now, and they come together with their ideas, and we just make sure that their ideas are on target to be a little bit more professional so that it'll appeal to the employer world.
Okay.
And then myself and Spencer were just the mentors to be over their shoulder and make sure that they can resolve any bugs that they run into.
Okay. And what kind of projects are they working on?
These guys are doing a finance app, a personal finance app.
Okay.
And it's called Pocketbook. Yeah, so it just helps you budget your personal finance. And they're doing all their custom owned graphs, so they're not using any CocoaPods or anything. Yeah, they're doing a really good job so far.
How many weeks are they into the whole program?
So far they are, they've done their first 6 weeks, and now they're into their first week of their group Capstone project.
Okay.
See, these guys are doing ARKit, which is super cool. They're making a horse app, like basketball horse. You guys want to show them?
That's a lot of snacks.
Yeah. We're just learning ARKit, so we have a whole bunch of apps that we've made that do use ARKit, but we just barely today. This is the closest to it.
So they're learning how to move this little bin around, and then they're gonna toss paper into it.
This is one of the apps that we learned to do through this course that we bought, where you place a basketball court down, and then you can shoot the balls into the hoop. I have the power turned high though, because it's kind of more fun.
Okay.
But you lay them all around, they interact with each other, so you can blast them off each other. It's a lot more fun than shooting it in, but the same idea. But we're going to have a flicking system, so you can flick the paper into the trash can.
How many projects do you do for your Capstone?
So you do one group Capstone, and then you do one personal Capstone.
Okay.
And each 3 weeks.
So for these first 3 weeks is going to be the group one, and then the next 3 weeks are going to be
Yeah.
So how confident do you guys feel about your whole project after the 6 weeks? This is your first week, right?
Yeah.
So how confident do you feel doing your own finance app?
Me personally, I haven't done anything that's super new, so everything that I've done I feel pretty confident in.
Okay.
A lot of it's just table views, view controllers, saving data into the model. We're persisting to CloudKit, so it's all stuff that we're comfortable in after the 6 weeks, pretty much, or should be.
Yeah.
Some of it's a little new. Doing graphs are not that straightforward in app development, so I had to create a program that made a line chart, a pie chart, and a progress view, basically, in order to show how much of their budget they've actually used.
Oh, okay. So that's been a little bit more tricky to do, and I've spent most of this week working on that. Cool. So now I'm starting to implement that into our program. Do you guys have a fully like a functioning app yet in any form?
We've got like some functionality, so we can go in and like create an account, like a savings account, so Chase savings account, and we can put in an amount. So we'll be like, here we can save it. It'll persist at CloudKit, update the cell, and then in a transaction, when you want to make a transaction, you can come in here, and we've got a custom picker that you make.
Okay.
And then we don't have that save function yet, so.
Nice. Oh, a pet finder.
Yeah, it's kind of like Tinder for pets. Yeah, they got a really, really big JSON file that they have to parse. And Brian right now is working on getting, he already got the location of where the shop is.
This is the one I know about. The address, the coordinates, get a map view, the phone number and the email, and we're gonna make it so we can get the pets in that shelter.
Cool. And right now we're trying to figure out how to integrate the iPhone cellular so we can switch and get the number and just dial within the app.
Try to explain, even though it barely makes sense in my head right now.
I guess I just want to get a general, like, how confident do you feel about the whole pet finder application? You think you'll be able to get it done in your Capstone?
Yeah, no, I think we've made really good progress. It's only our first week, and we'll be able to put it on test flight. If not tomorrow, then like over the weekend probably. So I think we'll be good. All the projects we've done so far, like the first 6 weeks of the coursework, like really prepared us well for everything we need right now. So, so yeah, our app is using Core Data and CloudKit. So, you know, separately, it's pretty easy to set up. You know, CloudKit, we just put in the CloudKit controller, and then, you know, we put in the save, modify, delete, all the functions. But Core Data and CloudKit, what we needed to do was, you know, when you save a model object as a Core Data object, are we sure that it's also going to be in CloudKit and vice versa? So we had to implement a syncable or a sync function where it checks for, we give it a predicate of is it synced or not, and if it's not synced, then pull it down from CloudKit and add it to the Core Data context. And then back the other way, if you know, if there are things saved on the Core Data that are not moving up to CloudKit, if it's a bad connection, if you know your cell reception sucks or whatever, then we are making it so that it will eventually make it there and make sure that
so offline mode and whatnot.
Right, and if I save something on my phone, you know, when I pull it up on my iPad later, can I pull it down correctly and have the same favorited pets or saved pets or whatnot? So, so yeah, I think it's working pretty good.
So how does the app look right now? You said you're going to be putting it on test flight, right?
Yeah, so right now we are almost done with the API fetching, so that's being tested. The UI is coming together with kind of the view of all the fetched pets, and you can swipe right to save them or swipe left. And then once you load up a pet that you favorited, then it'll come up with details of the pet. So, you know, breed, age, photos. That'll be in a scroll view at the top, and then information for the shelter that the pet is at. So we can just tap on the number and call or email or whatnot. So yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of views, but every view will have pretty sophisticated stuff going on. So I've done like zero UI so far because I'm
so
just
you're
doing,
in charge of like the CloudKit, the API,
right? Just doing a lot of the back end right now.
Okay,
So.
and he's the UI guy. It sounds like, or
These two guys are doing both like API and UI right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's actually playing. There's a movie set. Wonder if it's some Hallmark movie or something. All these people you see here are all extras. All the way over there. Anyway, that's it for day 4. Today we were actually learning how to create a journal application. And basically, you had a table view, you click a plus button, that moves you over to another view controller in which you would enter a title and your journal entry for the day. Then you just go back, and it automatically saves it for you in user defaults, in which it was also saved in JSON. So that was definitely a lot for them to learn today. I'm actually not too sure how much information they retained. They're gonna go home, rebuild the application 2 or 3 times. I talked to a few of them. It's all about repetition learning these things. You just keep doing it over and over again, and eventually you'll get it if you don't get it now. But anyway, tomorrow is a test. They're going to be testing on the journal application, on JSON, on everything that they've learned so far. So hopefully they do well. I'll be taking the test with them to see what it's like and get their opinion on how everything went. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Peace. That was fun to film. Probably like crazy though.